And let's see what happens.
Lisa Marie always looks like she's like, looking over an edge. You know what I mean? She's like,
And it looks like we are
I, I
there.
think Lisa Marie, I think it's because you're looking at the letters on the screen. You know what I mean? It's like, no problem. I just think it's funny.
All right.
It's like you're like your pet at the end of the bed. You know what I mean? It's like, are you up there? Are you guys up there?
Well, welcome everybody. It's so good to see you again here on day 8 of Mastering the Science of Getting Rich. And I hope you are taking notes. If not, all right, that's fine. We have these recorded and you can watch them on Robert's YouTube channel, roberthollis.com/YouTube. And I was just informed that you could also watch them on roberthollis.com/live. Thank you to Matt Hollis. Matthew, thank you so much for setting this up. I haven't seen it yet. Robert just told me about it, but let's promote it. Let's promote sharing this amazing training, this amazing gift that we are being given on mastering the science of getting rich. And what a great follow up to chapter 7 yesterday of gratitude. Because again, as I've said before, everything every chapter sets itself up for the next chapter. We just experienced gratitude in chapter 7. So now that we are grateful for everything that we have, for where we are, what it is that we do, for where we are, now is the time to start chapter 8 and thinking in the certain way. That's another step as we move forward to mastering the science of getting rich. And to help us take each step, day by day, step by step, please welcome our mentor, our guide, our friend, our companion on this journey. I said guide. Okay, that's fine. We'll just.
I'll take it.
I'm so excited, Robert. I can't tell you the fact that we are doing this and that you are leading us on this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert Hollis.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Craig. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Thank you so much. Yeah, I guess for some of you too, I'll just make this an announcement. Craig reached out to me and said that he was hashtagging everyone in the vision group. And there was some people that said, stop doing that. So, hey, if you don't like it, why don't you leave? It's like people crack me up, man. It's like, hey, I don't want to be disturbed by people. Then crawl in a hole or something. It's nuts. Well, hey, I'm gonna get right into this chapter because boys, the amount of messages that I'm getting is just overwhelming. Totally. No, it's not. No, it's not. I can handle it all. Just bring it to me. See, just gotta train the mind. So let's first thing I want to share with every one of you is exactly what Craig talked about. Look at this website. Next broadcast. So I guess if I click here, I'm worried about doing that. But join the Zoom, get the book. Look at this. No, you guys can't hire my son. He works for me. But no, he's old enough to make his own decisions for sure. But man, wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Matt. Doing stuff behind the scenes constantly. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's listen to this chapter and okay.
Chapter 8, Thinking in the Certain Way. Turn back to Chapter 6 and read again the story of the man who formed a mental image of his house, and you will get a fair idea of the initial step toward getting rich. You must form a clear and definite mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. You must have it before you can give it. And many people fail to impress thinking substance because they have themselves only a vague and misty concept of the things they want to do, to have, or to become. It is not enough that you should have a general desire for wealth to do good with. Everybody has that desire. It is not enough that you should have a wish to travel, see things, live more, etc. Everybody has those desires also. If you were going to send a wireless message to a friend, you would not send the letters of the alphabet in their order and let him construct the message for himself. Nor would you take words at random from the dictionary. You would send a coherent sentence, one which meant something. When you try to impress your wants upon substance, remember that it must be done by a coherent statement. You must know what you want and be definite. You can never get rich or start the creative power into action by sending out unformed longings and vague desires. Go over your desires just as the man I have described went over his house. See just what you want and get a clear mental picture of it as you wish it to look when you get it. That clear mental picture you must have continually in mind, as the sailor has in mind the port toward which he is sailing the ship. You must keep your face toward it all the time. You must no more lose sight of it than the steersman loses sight of the compass. It is not necessary to take exercises in concentration, nor to set apart special times for prayer and affirmation, nor to go into the silence, nor to do occult stunts of any kind. These things are well enough, but all you need is to know what you want and to want it badly enough so that it will stay in your thoughts. Spend as much of your leisure time as you can in contemplating your picture, but no one needs to take exercises to concentrate his mind on a thing which he really wants. It is the things you do not really care about which require effort to fix your attention upon them. And unless you really want to get rich, so that the desire is strong enough to hold your thoughts directed to the purpose, as the magnetic pole holds the needle of the compass, it will hardly be worthwhile for you to try and carry out the instructions given in this book. The methods herein set forth are for people whose desire for riches is strong enough to overcome mental laziness and the love of ease and make them work. The more clear and definite you make your picture then, and the more you dwell upon it, bringing out all its delightful details, the stronger your desire will be. And the stronger your desire, the easier it will be to hold your mind fixed upon the picture of what you want. Something more is necessary, however, than merely to see the picture clearly. If that is all you do, you are only a dreamer, and you will have little or no power for accomplishment. Behind your clear vision must be the purpose to realize it, to bring it out in tangible expression. And behind this purpose must be an invincible and unwavering faith that the thing is already yours, that it is at hand, and you have only to take possession of it. Live in the new house mentally until it takes form around you physically. In the mental realm, enter at once into full enjoyment of the things you want. Whatsoever things ye ask for when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them, said Jesus. See the things you want as if they were actually around you all the time. See yourself as owning and using them. Make use of them in imagination just as you will use them when they are your tangible possessions. Dwell upon your mental picture until it is clear and distinct, and then take the mental attitude of ownership toward everything in that picture. Take possession of it in mind, in the full faith that it is actually yours. Hold to this mental ownership. Do not waver for an instant in the faith that is real. And remember, what was said in a preceding chapter about gratitude. Be as thankful for it all the time as you expect to be when it has taken form. The man who can sincerely thank God for the things which as yet he owns only in imagination has real faith. He will get rich. He will cause the creation of whatsoever he wants. You do not need to pray repeatedly for things you want. It is not necessary to tell God about it every day. Use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, said Jesus to his pupils. For your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things before ye ask him. Your part is to intelligently formulate your desire for the things which make for a larger life, and to get these desires arranged into a coherent whole, and then to impress this whole desire upon the formless substance, which has the power and the will to bring you what you want. You do not make this impression by repeating strings of words. You make it by holding the vision with unshakable purpose to attain it, and with steadfast faith that you do attain it. The answer to prayer is not according to your faith while you are talking, but according to your faith while you are working. You cannot impress the mind of God by having a special Sabbath day set apart to tell him what you want, and the forgetting him during the rest of the week. You cannot impress him by having special hours to go into your closet and pray, if you then dismiss the matter from your mind until the hour of prayer comes again. Oral prayer is well enough, and has its effect, especially upon yourself, in clarifying your vision and strengthening your faith. But it is not your oral petitions which get you what you want. In order to get rich, you do not need a sweet hour of prayer. You need to pray without ceasing. And by prayer, I mean holding steadily to your vision with the purpose to cause its creation into solid form and the faith that you are doing so. Believe that you receive them. The whole matter turns on receiving once you have clearly formed your vision. When you have formed it, it is well to make an oral statement addressing the Supreme in reverent prayer. And from that moment, you must, in mind, receive what you ask for. Live in the new house, wear the fine clothes, ride in the automobile, go on the journey, and confidently plan for greater journeys. Think and speak of all the things you have asked for in terms of actual present ownership. Imagine an environment and a financial condition exactly as you want them, and live all the time in that imaginary environment and financial condition. Mind, however, that you do not do this as a mere dreamer and castle builder. Hold to the faith that the imaginary is being realized and to the purpose to realize it. Remember that it is faith and purpose in the use of the imagination which make the difference between the scientist and the dreamer. And having learned this fact, it is here that you must learn the proper use of the will.
Nice chapter. So, how many people really know what they want? It's like I don't know how many times it's said in this chapter about the clarity of what you want, being precise and clarity. And you guys know vision, vision inspires success in others. Now, there's so many people that are wishy-washy about what they want that it's very difficult to say, well, I'd like to be happy. If you notice that it's very vague there, you know what I mean? Well, I want to make money. Okay, send me your PayPal or your Venmo and I'll send you $1. Now that should have there. I took care of that. I sent you some money. It's like, So in this whole concept, it's like not only knowing what you want, but knowing what you want to have and what you want to be. You'll see this come up in a lot of personal development stuff where, want, have, and be. And a lot of people realize that once you become something, it sort of causes this magic to happen where you're constantly focusing. This is also the chapter, believe it or not, that people believe was missing out of The Secret, the movie. Because if you notice with The Secret of the movie, it's very, very good at teaching you how to dream and how to sort of imagine what your life could be. But you'll know, here it is. You'll know how certain and clear your vision and want is when it bothers you all day, every day. Wrong word. It excites you, doesn't bother you. Every day you're excited, you get up, you're excited. If you're not excited each and every day to reach out and build a connection with people that you don't know, you have not clearly defined. You have not clearly defined your want. Are you hearing me? So if reaching out to people that you don't know seems like a chore, it's not clear. If you don't know what to say when you're reaching out, it's not clear. Because a vision pulls you. It pulls you toward what you want to achieve. And if you read the chapters before this, it's just this constant thought that it has to do with the uplifting of humanity. If it's uplifting things that are living on this planet. So the way to greatness is the service of many. I know that getting someone involved in a business or getting them to buy things is not a service. If you give the gift of the science of getting rich to people in the right way, the ones that will read it will come back to you and ask you what you're doing. So this just happens to be the vehicle that works really good for me because I believe it. I found a mentor. He told me what to do. I did exactly what he told me to do. And I got incredible results from it. So when someone says to me, what is a way that you can help other people? Is if your mind's not right, I think I seen Eric on here. Eric Markman sent me a message. And when you are constantly saying this question, am I connecting properly? Am I doing it in the right way? Am I saying and doing the right stuff? If you find yourself second guessing and overthinking it, you do not have a clear vision of what you want in your life. Because when you have your perfect day and the clarity of what you want to have happen in your life, the how disappears. Let me say that again. When you're constantly looking and trying to figure out how this is going to happen and what your participation needs to be in that every day. See, when people don't have a clear definition of what they want when they say, how many people do I have to go through? How many hours do I have to do this? You know, what's the percentage? Is there anyone that is already selling these? See, where excuses and being a victim, and you second guessing yourself, thinking that you don't know what to do next. It's everything to do with what you want in your life. Because if you know clearly what you want, you'll walk through a brick wall. There's nothing that can stop you from doing this, including people's opinions. What people with the t-shirts are thinking and saying about you, including their lack of support. Do you guys realize that is wired in as I am with what I want to accomplish? There is nobody or no thing that can stop me from making this happen. It's so clear in my mind what I need to do every day that I'm not only excited to do it, I can't wait to get to it. I'll share with you guys something that happened to me yesterday. You know you're on the right track of who you're serving and what you're doing and what rewards you're going to get. When after I took my shower, I was in the kitchen and I was eating some chocolate squares and squirting some nutrition into my mouth. And this is the thought that hit me. Imagine this. I can't believe I walked out of the bedroom without praying. That's how excited I was to get to this. Now, what do you think was the next thing that I did? Not my bedroom, but I went in the living room, got on my knees, and said my prayers. When I get a thought, which I believe is a prompting, an utterance, a guidance, because I surrender all. When I get that little thing, you should do this, I just do it. I just do it. And see, most people are not even connected enough to get the ding. See what I mean? They're so caught up in their head and their emotions, just making it worse, that all their concentration on what they feel right now, instead of what they need to accomplish. Did you guys click on that? So I wrote this, and I'll need help from Matt and Dr. Dana to make it more clear and concise. But I wrote this. What is a certain way? Basically knowing that you are creating your own experiences through your thoughts and the actions that grow out of those thoughts. So we must not only think, but we must act on the experiences that we're daydreaming about. I guess that should have been ing. Now, that's layman terminology, so, maybe Matt and Dr. Dana can clean it up, make it more precise with less words. Jim Rowan it. I would call it Jim Rowan it. See, my phrase to that, you guys already know what my phrase is to that. You'll move forward when you're looking forward to something. If you feel good because you're looking forward to something, you'll move forward. It's really that, going back to the feel good. So people are always asking in this industry, very quickly, they confuse a certain way with the book with what I call the certain way. All right? My certain way of connecting with people all day, every day, is to give them the gift of the science of getting rich. It is my sorting tool. right? So for some of you that know my training and marketing, it's, you find the people at the right time in the right place in their lives. So it could be as direct as, do you want to make a lot of money? Or do you want to make extra money? It could be that direct. But me, if I say to somebody, Jerome, hey, I just wanted to reach out and connect with you. I see that we've been connected, but we really haven't communicated. And part of my connection is giving away the Science of Getting Rich, not only the audio, but the books. My mentor told me to listen to or read 4, 14, and 7. And I just hope this blesses you like it did me. So whether it's the title or whether they read it or not, aren't they pretty much pre-sorting themselves? But then what I'm doing is doing what I'm supposed to be doing, sowing seeds. My job is not to see which ones are fertile, which ones will go through it. That's not my job. My job is to connect and try to give them something that causes the law of reciprocity. The next step is simple. They reach back, oh my God, thank you very much. I've never heard of this. Well, I have heard of it, but I just didn't really, it's time that I read it again. It caught me at the right time. Thank you very much. That's when I'll say, hey, I'm connecting with people not only to make it better for people, but I was hoping you could do me a huge personal favor. I'm helping a company expand right now. Are you guys following me? So everybody's like, oh my God, what's the new way? The new way is just connecting with a gift before you go into the rest of the way. All right? So, Greg, that's all I got to say, other than I'm jacked out of my mind that I'm fulfilling what I want to do on this planet. Do you guys realize that I did a course on mastering the science of getting rich and was at a place in my mind where I deleted all the videos? Should I beat myself up for doing that? Or are you guys glad that I'm recreating them instead of just telling you to go back and watch the ones that I did a long time ago? Huh? See? How fast we can get good thinking into bad thinking. That was my video I did today on my Facebook Live. It's like, every one of you got to stop pretending that you can't stop a negative state. It is a choice. You get reward out of it. Every time you start whining and complaining and being the victim, people listen to you. So when you say, what reward would I get out of, whining and complaining and saying, Katie, can I get one more minute of your time? Is there any way that we can go through a game plan? I need another game plan. You guys want to take care of that really quickly? All you got to say to them is read chapters 4, 14, and 7 and get back to me with a clear, perfect day that you want to experience. That's the way I mentor. Some of you, I've asked you to do that. You never done it. I'm still your friend. I still love you. I just know how lost you are. It's like, I got people that they send me a new perfect day like once every 3 weeks. Hey, Robert, I know that you don't have time to read this and you don't like to read, but you told me one time in a personal coaching that every time I redid my perfect day, I'd send it to you. So here it is. How many people think I read it? Oh, heck yeah. It takes me a while, but I want to believe with them. I want them to paint a picture for me of what they're going to experience for them and their family in the future. So, Craig, back to you. Any comments? Matt, any comments? Craig, any comments?
Well, I don't know, Matt, you want to go? Because
Hey guys, I'm just finishing up eating, but I'm watching.
okay,
Come
we'll
back
come
for it,
back to you.
Craig.
Well, actually, I do. What was amazing is when I was going through this chapter, is um, you need to tell, first of all, you need to tell the universe what it is that you want. And it's said specifically, you've always said when we visualize, Robert, that we visualize not just having it, but what is the feeling that we're getting? What is around us at that time? What are we doing at that time to make us feel so good? And again, visualization is just so incredible. And I like also, your little, I think it's anagram, focus, follow one course until success. And that's what this is about. Behind your clear vision must be the purpose to realize it, to bring it out in tangible expression. These are direct words from chapter 8. And behind this purpose must be an invincible and unwavering faith that the thing is already yours, that it is at hand and you only have to take possession of it. So you hold steady your vision with purpose to cause its creation into solid form, and the faith that you are doing so, believe that ye receive them. Oh my goodness. These are just incredible words. And this is where, studying the science of getting rich is so important. They're just not words on the page.
Right.
There is more to it. And I know how many times have you gone over this book? And I mean, gone over like reading and listening to it, because I know there's audios, there's, the book. I know that.
Easily over 100 times.
Yeah.
Easily over 100 times.
Yeah, and I feel the same way, because there's just so much there. And I have found that, like, on my morning walks, when I'm listening to it, it's like, oh my gosh, that's right. You get your pops, your point of passions.
It resets. It just does a reset. Like you're turning off the computer and you're resetting it. And it's like, oh, yes. Oh, because we listened to gratitude yesterday. And after what Craig just said, now you're supposed to have gratitude and go through the emotions of receiving it. Believing that it's, hey, thank God, oh my God, I just cannot wait to be at the animal shelter and watching the smiles on my family's faces while, Terry gives this big check to them. Like, hey, I can go there. And so, yeah, I'm so happy and grateful that fill in the blank. Yep.
That's a great phrase that everybody should be saying. I am so happy and grateful that. And heck, take a few minutes to be that way, to say it, even if it's the same thing that it was yesterday and the day before. But bring it out, say it, focus it. This is thinking in the certain way.
Yeah.
And this is what is so amazing about this book. I know that you shared with us the question, with those questions about answering questions from the science of getting rich. I'm going to put it in both chats here in YouTube and on Zoom. But with that visualization, with this purpose, with this thinking in the certain way, one of the questions it asks, are you working with faith and purpose? Are you?
Yeah, when people ask me how you doing, you guys know what the next statement is. I have people that leave me message. Hey, I was going to ask you how you're doing, but I already know that you're blessed and favored and some kind of stuff like that. It's like, I was like, wow, you know what I mean? It's like, why not be a participant in your own daydreaming? So anytime that you guys catch me, I'm probably in another part of my life doing something great. And think about it. It's cool. I used to get in trouble for it. Robert can't focus. He seems like he's always daydreaming. He's always talking about stuff that's going to happen in the future. There's something messed up with this kid. He can't concentrate. He can't focus. It says right in this chapter. I wouldn't do that concentrating stuff. I wouldn't do that, statement after statement after statement always being the same. I wouldn't do that stuff. There's other people that teach that. Just get repetitive in exactly what you say each and every day, all day. And it says, listen, doing that without feeling is sort of like a waste of time. You know what I mean? So, Craig, again, back to you.
Well, thank you very much. And before I see hands are raised. Bill, Lisa Marie, Dana, anybody who wants to raise their hand, go ahead and share. There's a button at the bottom. It's reactions. If you put your cursor on the screen in the front of you, click on that reactions button, and then there's a button that says raise hand. Raise your hand. We will call on you that you can share. Okay, we're talking about Chapter 8, Thinking in the Certain Way. So we have that available to you. If you're watching us on YouTube and you're watching us live, you can go to roberthollis.com live and join us here with a share. That'd be great. If you're not, do it yourself. Think about something like what we were talking about. And also, please, those of you watching on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate that. And please share this video with everybody. We are learning how to master the science of getting rich and get 1% gooder every single day. So by the end of the year, we will be 365% gooder when we started. So let's go ahead and get started with our shares. Bill Shoemaker, please open up and share with us. Go right ahead.
Thank you, Craig. And I just was informed that I have an unstable internet connection, so I hope I'm coming through okay. So, anyway,
that's not the first time that you've heard the word unstable.
No.
And a positive. Like I was called a daydreamer. I couldn't focus. It's like that was a positive.
That song Daydream is just, I can't get it out of my head.
Oh, I love it.
And I don't want to get it out of my head.
No.
It's incredible. Thank you for commenting on my live today.
You're welcome.
Need more participation. Anyway.
It'll come. Visualize it.
Visualize. I've been doing that, and you showed up, so it does work, right? It does work. I think it has a lot to do with the algorithms on Facebook too. So I don't know. Could be wrong.
I think that's a made up thing.
Yeah.
You know how religions say it's just a mystery? Yeah. Social media says it's the algorithm. So then other people can say, I figured it out. And then they get people to give them money because they figured it out.
Right.
It's like, hey, I can teach you the algorithm. It's like, no, you can't.
So congratulations on the page, Matt. Great job. It looks amazing. And, I have a funnel builder. I could probably build that myself if I really put my mind to it. So
you can do anything you want.
I know. So I really have a vision of what I want, and I've written it down, and I work on it every day. Good. And there's just like a calm within myself, knowing what's going to happen. This is the whole thing. I just want to thank you so much, Robert, for for going through the whole thing, the way you feel about it, and the certain way, the way, to go, just to pick your brain is just incredible. I mean,
well, thank you, Bill. And you brought up something, designing your perfect day. I always tell people, well, I finished my perfect day. Really? Go through it again and add more emotional things to it. How's the temperature feel? How's the breeze feel? How the sunlight feel? What do you smell? What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you see? Yeah, if you make it more descriptive, then what you're doing is you're making it crystal clear. And the thing, like we talked about a couple of chapters ago, Dana brought up, I tell people you want clarity, but you got to allow the powers to be, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Like if you have a perfect place that you're imagining waking up, you can have a lot of emotional experiences for that and not say that I want to buy, 6 Vista Lucci and Newport Coast. You see what I mean? Some people believe that clarity is actually saying, whatever's going to happen, that person is going to have to be forced out of that house. Because aren't we going back to some of the other chapters? Nothing needs to be taken away from anybody for you to get what you want. So make the crystal clarity of it, but allow it to be a number of ways that it could be delivered. So yeah, thank you, Bill. You're awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, writing it down definitely makes a difference.
It does. It does. People think that you got to write it down.
Awesome.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate you, man.
You, brother.
Thank you, Bill. And as let's see, who was it? Jerome posted here in the Zoom chat, that visualization, that looking ahead, 6-phase meditation.
Yeah. That's why when I tell people, hey, you got to listen to this, and they're like, I don't know what you guys do when it says, okay, we're in phase 4. Why would I know that it's phase 4? Listen to it thousands and thousands and thousands of times. All you got to do is go to the day that Vishen Lakhiani wrote the Code to the Extraordinary Mind, and look when he loaded it online, and I've been listening to it ever since then. And people are like, how long should you listen to something? That's like, how many people should I connect with? If I was using something that was making me feel good, and actually using the laws to actually bring stuff to me, why would I want to stop it? That's bizarre. But I know people, I read it one time. Good for you, man. Tell me one thing that it says. Okay, let's move on. Okay.
I 100. Okay, so Lisa Marie, I see your hand is up. Please open up and share with us. Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here.
Happy you're here.
Thank you. This has been so good for me. I've said that a few times, but this chapter made me pause and actually question myself. And as far as my motives go, I shared with you guys over the weekend that my perfect day just spittled right out of me. And it was very good detail. And all of my senses were there. It was 5 pages.
Perfect.
So I just went to town on it and had definite clarity. And so I was telling my husband about it because I was excited. And then,
Awesome.
and then you told us about yours and Terry's talk
Right.
and what she wanted to do. And I visualized you and Terry handing a check to Buddy's place.
Oh, I love that.
And my husband's like, I told him about that. And he's like, are you freaking kidding me? You didn't say that to him. I said, no, of course not. But then it made me second guess myself.
Okay,
But-
so you second guess yourself. Now go back.
Okay.
Now,
I don't, yeah, okay.
yeah, see? So as soon as the feeling, Lisa Marie, you've been in places, we've all been in places where you felt the energy shift. Okay, so if you're feeling awesome and you're really excited and you're sharing it with the people that you know, and your feelings changed,
Yeah.
just no, you're not stealing my joy. Are you kidding me? You're not stealing my joy. Don't have to figure it out. So now you got to get back into that joy energy again.
Yeah. I
So
just
when
got
the energy, what a lot of people do, and we're human, is when the energy shifts, we stay there.
Yeah.
It's no different than you going, hey, let's go outside and we can talk outside. And you open up the door and you're like, damn, it's cold out here.
Yeah.
It's cold out here. Your mind immediately finds a solution. Should we just stay inside or should we grab some jackets? Well, I wanted to go outside, so let's grab some jackets. Let's start a fire. That's the way your mind should work.
Yeah. Right.
So when you're in joy and you're talking about, what'd you call it? Buddy's Ranch?
Buddy's place.
Buddy's Place. Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as you're thinking about Buddy's Place and what you're going to do with it and the money that's going to come in and the animals that you're coming in, and you just stay in that mode, every time that you feel the energy shift, the radio station got off the channel, what is the first thing that you do?
Go back and get that freaking
You're
channel.
listening to music, or you're on a cell phone and the
Mhm.
signal starts changing. What do?
Go back and get it.
Hang on. You're looking everywhere for the signal.
Yeah.
You're trying to plug back in to that good feeling.
Yeah.
Energy shifts. No. Plug back in.
Okay. I know I have my heart's in the right place.
Yeah, it is.
So,
And so we talked in a previous video, Lisa, whether you're spiritual or not,
mhm.
the joy will be stolen from you. How fast?
Well, I'm not going to let it.
No, but it says the devil, whatever you want to believe in, that as
Right.
soon as you experience this incredible joy,
Devil tries to take it away.
immediately. So if you guys hear that, believe that, some people don't believe in God or devil or whatever. So let's just talk about energy. All right. Sometimes you're driving, and when you're driving, the weather changes or the wind picks up, or you notice that you're going too fast, or you're just driving along, and your husband goes, police officer. Does your energy change?
Oh yeah.
Police officer, and you look. And what do? everything in your body changes. Oh my God. You're looking at looking at it, and then you're looking in your mirrors. You know what I mean? You get this icky feeling. And why do you get that icky feeling? I don't know. Maybe watching the television, seeing that people can get pulled over, get paid, charged for a ticket. Oh my God, is our registration insurance up? You know what I mean? I don't want multiple tickets. Did I get is the sticker on the license plate? The crap that goes through our mind in a split second, right?
Yeah, it does.
And then it starts to subside a little bit. I've even told people, isn't it crazy if you do get a ticket, if any one of you experience that, you're going, that didn't feel good. That's going to cost me on insurance. I got to explain this to people that I love, why the insurance went up. I don't like any of this. That was stupid. There's no even reason to speed.
Right.
I just wasn't paying attention. I'm going to pay attention. How long does that last? Depending on the person, all of a sudden, 60, 68. Yeah, I think they got a buffer in there, don't they? Yeah, but I heard it was like 7. I think you can go 72. 72. And then all of a sudden, it's not the buffer anymore. It's like, game on. We're going to get there 3 minutes earlier. I always tell people all the time that when you're speeding, it's like, you do know that your goal was to get there. And based on driving 10 miles an hour, over the speed limit, how much earlier are you going to get there?
Right. It ain't worth it.
But hey, some people want to live on the edge. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, Lisa Marie,
That's
what
helpful.
happened to you is not anything wrong with you. You are human.
Yeah.
Human.
It bugged me that I even second guessed myself too. That bugged me.
Yeah, you got to stop beating yourself up. You know what I mean? Just go, wow, that,
Interesting perception.
Good,
anyway.
Good. Yeah. What do you do when a mosquito bites you?
Slap it.
There you go. Just stop it. Move on.
I'd like that. That would feel good, maybe.
Yeah. Do you realize there's some people out there that try to break habits by putting a rubber band on their wrist?
Yeah. Yep. I've heard it. Yeah, for sure.
So every time the joy comes to be stolen away from you and you start plugging into the old matrix, grab that rubber band and pull it out really far and let it snap.
Right.
Like, damn it, that hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe I got to jump on that faster.
I got to do this and leave the situation laughing instead of crying.
There it is. Yeah, and isn't that part of gratitude? Or what you guys want to know is praise and recognition. If we should be daydreaming all day, every day, walking around in a daydream, don't save it for sleep. All right. Then we should be gratitude all day and every day.
I am practicing that for sure.
So all of a sudden, someone knows what gets people down. So that's where Jimmy Kimmel's mean tweets came from. All right. So I'm just, in this great space and joy. And then all of a sudden someone sends me a comment and says, hey, listen here, you lying, fat con man. You know what I mean? To be able to be in such a space where you recognize exactly what it is. And me, I just do this. I'm like, nice try. Are you kidding me? The old Robert years ago would fall for that. That would take the old Robert out for a couple of years. You go back to the Robert 40 years ago, if there was the internet, I'd be trying to pay somebody some Bitcoin to track down his IP address so I could go over there and it might be a her. Who knows? You know what I mean? But this person needs a piece of my mind. They need an ass whooping. You know what I mean? 55-gallon drum of whoop ass. Yeah, and it's like, I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Not only did I get my joy stolen away immediately, but then I would stay in that funk feeling for years. Stole years of my life. So yeah, just be aware that, wow, I'm feeling really good right now. I know something's going to try to get me out of this.
Can everybody just leave now? No.
Yeah, I know something's going to get. That's why. Do you guys know some people that are really, really in a good place mentally and spiritually, that when things start to happen, they just walk away because they know their inability or their weakness to start taking sides. I'm going to listen to this argument and this opinion thing going back and forth. And then it's going to not only jack me up, but then I'm going to pick sides. I know none of you know people that do that. And then there's another part of you, the bad superhero comes out of you. I see this come out of Kai all the time. It's like, these people need to be taken care of. These people need to be banned from communicating with people. And I said, Kai, they were put on the planet to test your armor. You got a kink in your armor. And you keep finding the same damn crap. Just weld it up and don't let anyone pierce you there anymore.
Right.
I will say one other thing. Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Mike Tyson? You could hate boxing and know who Mike Tyson is. Most destructive heavyweight ever. Until he wasn't. And as soon as he started allowing emotional things to take his joy away, now could some of it be legit? I mean, having your father figure and the person that coached you to be the youngest world champion and they die, that could be a shock to the system. It definitely could. But it didn't have to get him in a spiral where he ended up in prison and spent $300 million after taxes. He made $300 million net. And when you talk to him today and ask him what happened, hung around the wrong people, listened to the wrong people. My fault. Let the wrong people into my inner circle.
Right.
Because when you're sitting around and someone sort of disrespects you, whatever the hell that word is, right? We all got our own definition. So then all of a sudden someone disrespects you and you sort of go like, what an idiot. And then you look over at your friend said, did you see what that guy just did to you? Are you going to allow that to happen? I guess not. Sounds like I'm going to be spending some more time in jail today. It's like you become around people that want to encourage your bad behavior.
It's true. Yeah.
And true. So, yeah, you can hang around a whole group of people that say being unplugged from the matrix, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, it's like, hey, everybody feels this way. Everybody thinks that dude shouldn't be president. Don't you guys think it's really, really sad that we're in a time where I can say everybody knows that person shouldn't be president? And your mind goes, which one? Your mind goes,
which one? Yeah.
Which guy are you talking about? Because I need to pick sides. Right?
That's true.
Are you talking about the one that was in there? Or are you talking about the one that's in there now? Which one? It's like, wow, you got pulled out of that fast.
Can we do a write-in? I'll write myself in.
Lisa Marie, thank you so much for bringing this up. It was
Yes,
so
you're welcome.
important. It was so important for us to bring up that you're writing your perfect day. And while you're writing your perfect day and you go into the flow like you did, and you just start daydreaming and just you just keep doing it. You just keep going. You just keep going. And a guy reached out to me today based on what we talked about. And he goes, I look at the $10,000 that I wrote my check. And he goes, I look at it and it doesn't make me feel anything. I said, it's too small. Maybe your analytical brain is going, $10,000 in my account or $10,000 a year. I've already done that. See where you could just put just a number and you look up at it and go,
it doesn't cause any excitement if you're right.
Perfect, Lisa Marie.
Yeah, that's
if
cool.
you guys know how to talk to people, you guys will notice now that you're getting tapped into this, that when you ask people questions and they give you an answer, you do sort of like a therapist. Oh, and Lisa Marie, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Because if they don't feel good, we need to figure out how to stop doing that. We got to find another paradigm. We got to find another pattern shift. You guys, when I hear people in it, that's when you'll see me go off on somebody. Bill was just my last guy. But Bill will never forget that day, and he knows that I loved him, and I love him more today. If I'm not jumping on you, I don't like you. You're bothering me.
Oh, but I'm glad I've got my meetings.
If I reach out to you after the Zoom, you affected my heart. You changed the way I felt. And I want to make sure that we both feel the same way. So if there's something that's misunderstood or if there's something that didn't feel right, then my goal is not to go, that's their problem. No, my goal is to get on and say, hey, Lisa Marie, this is Robert. I love you and I appreciate you so much. I think you're so awesome. And I don't know what's going on with you right now, but I just want you to know that I'm praying for you and I'm sending you energy. And if there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
And you did do that. You did do that to me. That was awesome.
Guided. Totally guided. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But everyone knows you can't have emotions and feelings over a Zoom. Everybody knows that.
You read me I couldn't believe it because I never did that day.
And she didn't even talk that day. She didn't talk that day. And I reached out to her and she said, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to be on there, but I lost a close friend of mine. Every one of you have the same instincts that I have. I'll say that again. Every one of you have the same gifts and instincts that I have. You got to be willing to believe that they're there. And you got to be open and practice it. You just got to follow. So people want me, hey, what exactly do you say to a stranger? I guarantee I'll say something different than you'll say to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got a little delay between my head, my heart and my mouth. And when you surrender all and you trust your instincts, there's a lot of times that I want to say something, I don't.
That's pretty powerful.
That's all I do. I do like this. I go. It's like, I got this. And I thought maybe I could add some stuff to it. No, I got this. I'll let you know when I need you.
You are awesome. You're amazing.
Wish I was there to give you a big hug.
I know, right?
That was a huge breakthrough. Lisa Marie, just one more thing. I need you to imagine that you laugh it off.
Yeah.
every time.
Right.
And
Right.
that you got whatever powers to be are working 24 hours a day and trying to pull you out of your joy.
Mhm. You know, I look at it that way, and it's going to be much easier
Yeah.
yeah. I'll make a joke out of it.
You already imagined, you already visualized where everything is going to be at Buddy's place, right?
I did. Yeah.
So when that joy starts to be taken away, walk out in the yard and go, this is where this is going. This
Yeah.
is where this is going. And your spirit will just go straight up again.
I know. This morning I wanted to go out into the barn and start building.
There you go. I
Yeah.
would tell you honestly, slate some time for that.
Yeah.
Just
sure.
take a little bit of time every day and just move some dirt around, build something, do something. It will drive your husband insane.
I love it.
Because if he's any man, I don't know him well, but if he's any man, it's like she's freaking out there. I can hear the hammer. It's like, God dang it. Don't you guys wonder? It's like people always say, well, how do you motivate people? You motivate people by going into action on your dreams.
Yeah. I'm going to do
Because the
that.
people that dream are going,
Even
Why
that saw in that
Lisa
tape
Marie,
measure,
Lisa
I can
Marie,
do it.
Lisa Marie, why are you putting on a jacket? Why? Well, I'm going outside. To what? Well, I got some things that need to be done. For the love of God. For the love of God. What?
Do you live in my corner or
you
what?
don't have to, honey, you don't have to come out.
Right?
You can sit here. And he's like, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's like, give me the tape measure and the saw. I can freaking do it.
Hey, let me show you how to do this right, Lisa
Right.
Marie. I'm gonna kick this into high gear. I'm telling you guys, that gave me chills. That's how you move people. You don't spend time in their pity party. You don't spend time with their excusitis and their victimitis. You go, listen, let's go through a theoretical example on how quick we can get you a payday. And let's think about some people that we can attract. And because you probably couldn't do it on your own, but you got me working with you now. So I'm going to teach you how to plug into, the certain way, and we're going to go make it happen.
Yeah. Amen.
Yay. Give it Lisa Marie a hand. Hercules.
That was, I almost forgot. Just one more quick question.
Yes.
Reading the 3 chapters, 4, 14, and 7, in that order every night, which I have been doing. And then with the rest of the book, do I go back to chapter 1? And
now here's something that someone brought up to me. Where did anybody hear this? If I said this, I don't remember saying this. That once you ask someone to read chapter 4, 14, and 7 in those order, that they need to continue to do it every day.
I do. I look forward to it.
See, the reason I tell people to read those chapters in those orders is not only did my mentor do that to me, but I think that will put them in the mentality to read the rest of the book. So should they read the rest of the book or just those 3 chapters? I don't know. If someone was asking me honestly what I thought they should do, I would say resonate. This will be the opposite of what everybody else says. You guys ready for this? Resonate on what chapter, resonate on what paragraph, resonate on what part of the book makes you feel the best. Because we're taught throughout the world that we need to find out where our weakness is and work on our weakness. That's a lie. It's a straight out lie. It's you find out what makes you feel the best,
Mm-hmm.
and by you doing the things that make you feel the best each and every day will make you above average. It'll make you extraordinary. And when you become extraordinary, people will give you money for it. The second that you become extraordinary, you now become valuable. You now have something that a majority of the people on the planet don't have. They don't get to walk out the door and pet a mini horse. They would love to. And why is it that you see people on the ground having conversations with little goats and they have millions of views?
Yeah.
I see one today, and it's like this little goat walks up and she goes, ah, and the little goat, ah, whatever she was doing, and look at the people's faces. You're like, yeah, I've seen those. Those are great. Those are funny.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll have the best of everything here. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Robert.
Now, it's crazy. Just a few videos, and I think everybody went, oh, I feel sorry for Lisa Marie. To, oh my God, I wish I could be Lisa Marie. That's a hell of a transformation. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It's like, well, you stay, as you stay in this, Lisa Marie, you're going to have people on this panel and people that watch this video years from now reaching out to you, asking you how to do it.
I'll send them to you.
What? No, they'll say, whatever happened to Buddy's Place? Oh, go to Buddy's Place extravaganza.com, whatever it ends up being, you know what I mean? And check out our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter,
She rocked it out.
How many people think that there should be like an animal rescue place or an animal sanctuary everywhere? You know what I mean? It's like, come on. It's like people love animals because they're unjudgmental and they're unconditional love. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Yes. Thanks, Robert. I love you. Yes. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Lisa Marie, thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I see that John Tier has his hand raised. Dana also. Dana, coming up. And so let's go ahead, John, unmute yourself and please share with us.
Hello.
I'm sorry, John. I got to interrupt you.
Okay.
How many of you, I just don't want to go by the place on how Lisa Marie made Robert Hollis feel. Thank you, Lisa Marie. Thank you. So everybody give it up to her. I was like, I'm looking forward to talking to John and getting his input, but I was like, oh, I got to leave that place that Lisa Marie just made me sick. So you got the power, Lisa Marie. You got the power to make other people feel that way, and they'll move mountains for you. Okay? Get addicted to that. Get addicted to that feeling. Okay, John, sorry.
Well, it's interesting you should say that. I actually got my question answered during that little session.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My thing about it was he talked about not using strings of words, and yet we're always writing stuff down. And it's like, wait a minute, isn't that kind of contrary to what's supposed to be going on here? Yeah. And so, but like you just said, it's not writing the words down, but it's actually going into the action. And when you're going into the action, that just it nullifies everything. It actually reminded me of an experience I did on a zip line. And I was with a friend of mine, and she went up and she went off, and I was like, really? That looks kind of high to me. So I said, I got to do this. And all the time I was climbing the stairs, thinking to myself, I can't be outdone. But I was climbing the stairs like, what are you getting ready to do? I got to the top, and the guy says, okay, now just step off. Just what? You want me to just step off into nothing? And the moment I did, all the voices went silent.
Yes.
They were all gone. And it taught me something. It was like, man, when you move into action, everything else shuts down.
It does.
And that's the same thing that happens when I get ready to do a call. Every single time I get ready to press that button to speak to somebody, I got all this stuff going on in my head. And I said, and it, it's like, are you sure you want to say that? How are you going to say this? I said, be quiet.
Yeah.
Press the button. So.
I don't know. I don't know the person yet.
And so that was just it, man. But yeah, I got that answered because that's it. You just go forward and you let the action speak for itself. So
you as soon as we go into action on anything, our mind goes, and it's funny, believe it or not, it's just our most primitive part of our brain. The reptile brain that wants you not to do a damn thing. Don't move. It feels comfortable here. The energy feels okay right here. Just, is it possible that someone could bring you your food so you can stay in this chair? Just keep being entertained by the TV. Just stay there. As soon as you go into action, the reptile brain goes, oh my God, now how am I going to protect myself? They don't know what to tell you not to do yet because they don't know what the hell you're doing. See what I mean? Yeah. It's like, God, it looks like he's going to go over to this place he's never been before and he's going to talk to someone he doesn't know. It's like, I can't analyze this right now. He's getting in the car. Oh my God. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's why those little thoughts come out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my God, what if a tire came off a car and bounced over the median and went through the windshield and killed me? It's like, get out of here. Get out of here. You know what I mean? But people go, get out of here. They need to say it with their mouth. Mm-hmm. You got to actually just push it away.
Yeah. Peace, be still.
Yeah. Thank you, John. I always love your comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and with that said, Craig, I know you shared this. I love these masterminds and these, whatever we're doing. Yeah, it's a master's mind. It really is. Mastering the science of getting rich, where two or more minds are together, they're in the midst of the third, whether you believe it or not. It's there. All right. So with that said, not only do I like to stay on topic the best we can, you know what I mean? But Craig brought up that, if you have had a breakthrough, from some of the other things, Craig said that Danielle wants to share a breakthrough that she went through. And how many people would be open to hearing that during the conversations? Yeah. So it's not only questions, because I don't know if you guys realize this, but, I'm listening to the chapters, especially today, and I'm going, honestly, I really got nothing. That's pretty damn clear what it said right there. Some people like Jim Rowan are very, very, very particular about their words, the rewrite. I think this book was written on purpose to be very short and straight to the point, that even if you read it out loud, it's less than 10 minutes. You guys getting my point? So I think there's a lot of stuff that's stripped out of it that in other books, or even why Robert Hollis, if he writes a book, it's bigger because there's stories in there. You got to tell stories. It's not so precise. So go to you, Craig.
Okay, it's up. Danielle, do you want to go ahead and share now, and then we'll wrap up with Dana if you'd like to. I'm going to go ahead and unmute. Please turn on your camera and share with us.
Hold on. There we go.
There you are. Go ahead and share, please.
All right. So Sunday after we got off, I was sitting there. I was like, everyone's having these breakthroughs of, John with the hospital, Corgi with the hospital, and then the animal rescue. And so I was like, man, nothing is really hit me. And so I got off, I did some cleaning, I was getting ready to shower, and I'm in this this group for people that are in their 20s to 30s that have lost a parent. And somebody started a community chat of like, hey, where's everyone from? You have the option to kind of like opt in. And so I decided to opt in, and I was just kind of sitting there watching like all the conversations and stuff, and people being like, oh, I lost my parent this way. And then watching people reply to that comment and being like, hey, you know, I lost my parents in a similar way. If you ever want to talk or have someone to lean on, you know, feel free to reach out to me. And so I was sitting there and I was just kind of watching it. And for me, and I know a lot of people probably go through this, that once everything kind of moves on, you had the service, everyone goes back to living their day-to-day life, that your grief journey, you're on it on your own. And it can be a very lonely experience.
Absolutely.
And so it just kind of came to me of, it was like a vision, as Robert says, that downloaded. And it kind of, like, I don't have all the details to it. I'm still kind
Don't
of
have to.
messing with yeah, I've been messing with it in my head of kind of like a bed and breakfast type thing, but maybe something that can house more people, but do it in a way that could be like a retreat, a grief retreat type thing.
Wow.
Where people can come and we would have, you know, therapists on site to do grief therapy. And so they could do one-on-one sessions, but also do group sessions to where they can build those connections and, you know, not feel so alone in their journey. And, you know, just be able to have that
That's
support
beautiful.
system.
That's beautiful.
So,
I believe it or not, of course you believe it. I run into a lot of people when I say stuff about me not having my parents, and they reach out to me. And one of the things about losing a child or losing someone that's so dear to you, you always see, a person to the wildest extremes that just doesn't feel like they can live anymore, so they commit suicide, to being so stuck in their mind that they really are not there for the other people that are in their lives. They lose one child and then the other children feel like they no longer exist. So everyone sort of grieves a different way. And so my goal has always been I know this will be difficult, but tell me some of the things that you loved about him the most.
yeah.
And just tell me what kind of experience. And then when they plug into that joy a little bit, I go, so you knowing them a little bit, what do you think they would have loved to achieve? And that's when you see a family going, hey, my child got killed in a school shooting, and it was our only child. So what we did is we started a foundation, and I mean, man, they turn it into a calling like you wouldn't believe. And then you got people that are throwing money at them. And now that you got money throwing at them, now they're on Congress. Now they're at the Senate. Now they're, it's like, all of a sudden, these people turn into, for lack of better words, superheroes for the people that they're grieving. And so, but most people would go, I wouldn't know that. I don't know what that would have been for them. And that's when you get them to dive into their instincts again.
Yeah.
So it is pretty crazy when I buried everything that immediately my mind went back to the good things that I experienced. How could you possibly have any good experiences in my situation? I found them, but they weren't the lead ones. You know what I mean? The ones that led were always the trauma things on how that made me feel.
Mm-hmm.
So what a breakthrough. That's all. I'm proud of you. How many people, we're all going to make this happen for you. I love the part that you said, I don't know all the details yet. Best place you could be. Because now you, like Dana brought up, you don't have to fill in the ways that you think it should happen. Right? When you start saying, hey, you know what? I'm gonna have this person give me the money, and then they let you down. You see what I mean? It's like you just open up and say, hey, this is what I want to do for others. This would be great for others. I know this is something that I would have loved to have. You know what I mean? And no one can come from that place. So again, I hope you feel this when I say this. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And now it's time to turn it into a positive and help other people with it.
I've been definitely working on that over the last year. So
I'm proud of you. I'm super proud of you. Thank you for being connected here. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, that was it.
Thank you. If I can help you in any way, you know that if you reach out to me, I'll get back to you right away. So thank you for being on here, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Right. Love you.
Love you too.
Danielle, thank you so much. Wow. How powerful is that? Yeah.
Yeah. I just love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. Dana Scranton.
Dr. Dana.
Dr. Dana. It's that time, everybody. Open up their ears and listen up. Take notes. He's on the shore of our minds and getting ready to share us with waves of information.
Well, there you go. And oh my gosh, I'll tell you what, this session, it's just, there's a lot to say. But Robert's initial disclosure about the videos that he deleted, what I'd like to say there is those videos, that was a long time ago, and 5 years, 5 years roughly? And those videos were really good, but this mastermind and what's happening here is a whole lot better. Not to discount what those videos were, but the way back then, as we went through all your videos that you would put up, I had the Science of Getting Rich, and I went through in my notebook as I read each chapter, and I put Robert, as I went down and I hit certain points, because these were the things that I knew Robert was doing, that I thought there's an example of how this is being applied. And every single chapter in that book has a Robert by it. So the neat thing about this mastermind is we are learning from somebody who actually is applying what's in this book. Now, everybody will apply it differently. The principles are there. The principles are there so you can adapt them to who you are, and more importantly, who you will and must become.
Amen.
And that's what's cool, is you're getting to see somebody who adapted those words to his life, made them work with his values and beliefs, and you can see what happened. So there's that particular input. And this one's for Lisa Marie. When you have, like Robert said, a purpose pushes you until the vision pulls you. And it's like having the wind at your back. But as soon as you introduce scarcity into your conversation, that means self-doubt, negativity, fear. That's a headwind. You're turning into the wind and you're losing momentum. When that happens, what is it? Well, I'm going to simplify it in my own little way. Robert alluded to this, and I'm going to give it a different spin. It's your ego trying to protect you. You've got that reptilian brain that lives down below. Its purpose is to protect you from the things that it believes will hurt you. How does it know what's going to hurt you? Well, there's the archaic remnants from way back, like saber-toothed tigers and bears and big evil guys with clubs. But then there are the things that are learned and experienced, the negativities, the thing that hurt, the things that frightened you. That ego remembers every single one of those events, and it correlates them in ways that we cannot imagine. So it makes you fearful. It makes you trepidation that you don't want to do something that, oh my God, what if it won't work? What if I talk to that person and they don't like me? Well,
You're walking on eggshells.
You're walking on eggshells because the ego is trying to protect you. So how can you deal with that? Well, here's a little trick. Be grateful. Thank that little beast that lives down below. Thank them. Encourage them and say it's going to be all right.
I got this.
Boom. I got this. Come along for the ride. Thank you for protecting me. I know that sounds kind of goofy, but that little beast that lives down inside of you has a purpose, and it's exercising its purpose. Be grateful for that. So that's that one.
That was
Robert,
awesome. That was awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, I put the video on pause and I went out looking for Dino. I couldn't find him because that's what it is. It's a little.
It is. He's still up here. He's right over there in the corner.
There he is. Yeah, he's sitting up on top there. Yeah. Well, Robert, when you said what is a certain way, and you kind of stated it in a very succinct manner. And something that was done back in the 80s, it was in the realm of consciousness. A lot of research was done to support some government programs that were going on because they had discovered things that were useful to them. And they needed to understand more about what was going on in the so-called consciousness area. One of the things that came out of that that's invaluable to this particular mastermind is what's called nonverbal communication. In other words, when you're visualizing, when you're trying to see that thing that you want, sometimes people do it in the way of affirmations. They say, I am so thankful and grateful that I am successful, that I'm earning $25 million a week, and it goes on, and nothing kind of happens. Why is that? Because saying the words alone does nothing. Those words have to be turned into pictures and have to be accompanied with emotional energy. That's called nonverbal communication, because the universe with the big U doesn't know necessarily what your words are. It knows.
That was good.
It knows the picture that you're putting in your mind, the movie, the feelings associated with it. Those elements of energy transfer to the big U, and then it knows what to do with those. And it sends back to you, and this is very important, it sends back to you information in ways that are not in words. They are in feelings, they are in experiences, they're in those things. All of a sudden something flashes into your mind and you have no idea where it came from. That's nonverbal communication trying to come back at you. And it means you need to be aware and grateful for those little things every day, because somewhere buried within those little things might just be that message. So in this visualization tactic, get good at visualizing what it is that you are based on the future. You have it today. It's not a contradiction. You're merely playing in your mind what it feels like, what it smells like, the touch of having that thing, and what does it feel like to have people receive your purpose? Who is benefiting from what it is you have become? That's your vision. To me, vision is internal. It's who you are becoming or will become or must become to deliver your purpose that you now have. Purpose is external. It's what you deliver to the world, the benefit and what they feel. So that vision in your head is clarity, but it's clarity of what it feels like, what it looks like, what it smells like, the temperature, the air, what are the things that are going on at that moment? The better you can get at that, the more clarity the big U can deal with. Right? That's a little heady, maybe.
No, I didn't think it was.
But that's, and how do you get there? Well, I know I kind of struggled with that for a while because being, my background, I wanted to analyze it and take it apart. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But I learned that I could take one little thing, like, for example, sitting on a beach, having succeeded at this vision and becoming the purpose, the person that I wanted in that vision, which, by the way, is what drives some people to get started. they want to be something. There's something that they've always wanted to be. And maybe the purpose isn't there yet, but what happens is thinking in that certain way, they're thinking about that vision of who they want to be. And in order to become that, they just happen to stumble into the purpose of what it is they must deliver to the world to become that person. So some people don't resonate with, what's your purpose? I don't know. I just know I want to be happy.
Yeah.
Great. Let's be happy. What'll make you happy? Well, and then you just kind of go through that. So that degree of clarity can begin with a simple thing. I'm sitting on the beach and I'm happy. I love it. Well, what got me here? Next step, helping animals. Okay, well, why was that important to me? Because it made me feel good, made these people feel good. I served the world, and then things start cascading into mental pictures that form the movie that is that thing that you deliver to the world. So it's an incremental building, it's stacking. So you don't have to have the whole thing appear in your mind. Don't get confused and wound up about that. You can just start where you are with what you feel and appreciate what you feel, because it's you, it's right. It's cool. Possesses Robert Hollis like cool, and you know, it's me. But you know, so that's those were some of the early things I wanted to share. Then see, I want to jump down to that 414.7, right? So where did that come from? Well, my research led me to Bob Proctor is the one that came up with that 414.7.
That's where I heard it.
Yeah, that was his mantra, and I did that for a while. And then what I finally got down to doing, which is what Robert alluded to, my current reading assignment, you know, every day is 7, 8, 11, and 14. And in the past, I flipped to different chapters, and it's like you said, it's the ones that mean something to you.
Yeah.
That's what you do, is you put together your own regimen. You start with 414 and 7, because that's a good place to start. But like today, this thinking in that certain way, this is like huge. This is monstrous.
It is. It really is. Yeah, I think that until people get that, you know, when you look at 414 and 7, especially 7, it when you really realize how you're not grateful for a majority of stuff and all you do is complain and whine and complain and whine and complain. It doesn't, I think that's the tipping point, Dana. The tipping point is when the chapter 7 slaps you in the face, and I think the other two are just like a discipline. You know, I'm going to go through here, and then I'm going to go through here, and then you get slapped in the face. And then, you know, like I said yesterday, you know, people get upset at me when they got ideas in their heads and they don't know where they got them. You know, I'm the guy that's, hey, if you know that you know that you know something and it's not so, when would you like to know? And I keep challenging people in the last couple of years that, you know, why is there so much training on stuff? Why is there so, why can the marketing world sell a course on everything? It's because people don't have their perfect day. People don't have a vision in their life. So what's that phrase? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So when I look back at the training that I got, man, did I get awesome training? Yeah. Was the training for me? The training was more that when I left my mentor, it got me to believe that everything that I learned had nothing to do with feeling. It only had stuff to do with manipulation. It froze me. It totally froze me, that personality traits and how to do tie-end and end statements and teaching people to go to the end versus the middle. Is everything that I know and I'm teaching and using fear of loss, FOMO, is to get someone to buy somebody else's tickets for training? Because when I left and I learned this stuff and I started studying it, I was going, man, if I can get somebody, and I can, people watching this and listening to it, when I can get them to grab onto their vision. See, that's the problem. Because if we teach you how to find your vision, your real true vision, you might not need to be a distributor for a company. So that might make you independent. That might get you plugged into the magic. That might get you to actually the thing that you're looking for. And then you get so passionate and so excited about serving, and that you get focused and the law of attraction kicks in. And it's like, hey, Robert, thanks very much for getting in my head and my heart about that stuff. I'm like, that's why I'm here. There's where people get confused. It's like, how does all this stuff turn into me getting somebody in the business and becoming an executive? Maybe if that's what you're using to generate the cash flow to make it happen. Because some people immediately go into the thought, I got to get grants, I got to get funding, I got to get a GoFundMe page, I got to do all this. And now you totally lost your vision and you're more focused on trying to get money. You're trying to get the money for the stuff. And you think that the only way to accomplish what's in your heart is money. And then you get let down because you took your eye off what was important. You focus on a way to generate money and you lost yourself. That like Dana said, all of a sudden the wind that was holding the kite up in the air is the same wind that takes it down. The resistance is only coming one direction. So that's why you hear the thing is like, listen, the wind's the same for all of us. It's just the people that figure out how to get those sails perfectly pitched. Me being an engineer, Daniel will love this statement. The first time I went selling was on a multi-million-dollar yacht. And it was from the Detroit Yacht Club. And this guy named Brian Baker, he was in my group in a network marketing company. And he says, hey, I want to take you out. He said, these are the same guys that built the Stars and Stripes that won the American Cup. And he takes me out on it. And my engineer brain was, as soon as we started going, he figured out where the wind was. And then as soon as he figured out where the wind was, he made a turn. And he started going, man, the sails was changing and changing and changing and changing. And I go, what are you doing? It's like he goes, I'm tacking. I go, what's tacking? Well, it's the way that you go against the wind. This thing did not have a motor on it. And I'm going, what? And he goes, yeah, if the wind's coming toward you, you got to tack back and forth to get to the location you want to. And he says, I'm basing it all on time. Because now that I know how much the wind is, once we get further out, then I'll turn around and then I'll have nothing but backwind. And he says, it'll take us 10 minutes to get back. And I was like, wow. And he goes, that's what I want you to feel. And then all of a sudden, when the sails got right where they're supposed to be, and then it sounded like the sails or the poles that were holding the sails sounded like they were going to rip off the boat. Because as soon as he got it set perfect, you heard those things go. Man, it was like, so now it's taking the wind and going through the sails, and the poles that were holding the sails were now being pulled, trying to move that gigantic boat. And I'm telling you what, it was like minutes. And not only did we get up, and he goes, are you okay? And I go, this is freaking, we're moving this fast and there's no motor. I've never been in something like that. And he goes, I just needed you to feel okay, because now we need less boat in the water. I'm going, what the hell are you talking about? He says, least resistance. So now I'm going to lay it on its side. put this strap on. I'm going, well, this is just in case you lose your balance. And all of a sudden the boat's like, now it's like, it looked like the water was going to come on the boat, and the boat was easily 30-degree angle. And it just kept picking up more speed, just using nothing but the wind. So, wow. I was like, Robert, well, how'd you get on that story? That's exactly how your dreams come true. That's how fast. At the beginning, you're not used to it, so you're tacking. You keep going back to who you were. You're focused. You keep going back to who you were. You're focused. You keep going back to where you are. If you just keep packing, then all of a sudden you'll feel the wind at your back, and that's what's called a tipping point. When the universe and the energy behind the universe gets at your back, like Dana said, you did what you were supposed to do long enough for it now to feel effortless. That's what people don't get about this lifestyle. It just keeps becoming more and becoming more, because now you know it, and now you spend more time in that daydreaming state, in that joy state. So now it just keeps piling stuff on you. People always wonder, how do you have enough money to tithe? Here's where I get that philosophy. I believe the universe has got a knob on it that's just like a volume knob. And every one of you had this deal with God or the universe that said, listen, you give me a hunk of money, you get the first amount. And you lied. Why? Because the joy is going to be stole immediately. So as soon as you made what you said you were going to make, something else comes up that needs the money, not where you promised it to go. And I believe the universe goes, oh my God, I thought they had it. Turn the volume knob back down. So when I give them money and I flow money through them, it's not going where they said it was going to go. And then you get tested and the knob goes back up and you fail. And the knob goes back up and you fail. And then the knob goes up and you go, man, definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And you do. The money does go where it's supposed to. And the universe is going, they got it. They got it. Let's turn it up a little more. Let's turn it up a little more. Let's turn it up a little more. And it just goes 10,000s to 20,000s to 30,000s a month, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 100,000, 120,000, 150,000. And you're just like, and now you think you're running on a frequency now. It's like you're just buzzing. You're just buzzing. And everybody goes, yeah, they're so lucky. They got given a group and, they got a position and, every stupid excuse on the frickin' planet because they don't understand why the winds are blowing up your sails and the winds stop working for theirs. So I'm sort of sensitive now. I'm 61 years old and I can, wait a minute, did the wind shift a little bit? Because it is nature. It's not whether or not the winds are going to change. I just got to be more aware of it now. So I can go, okay, what's the plan? How am I going to stay in it? Is it going to get me to my destination? Do I have to start doing a little tacking? So, Dana, like always, and the rest of you, you guys get me on these mind dumps. Wow. They're good. They're good for me. They're good for me. It's like, so I will say one last thing. During times of struggle, man, it's great to be around somebody that knows how to sail. I have no clue how people do it. They start struggling and they just stay in the struggle. They will not reach out for help and find someone that says, how is that person sailing like that? For those of you that have the heart for animals, Danielle, with people with losses, do your due diligence and find out who's got their wind on the money, their sails are full, and go, man, you're an inspiration to me. If you can, go visit them, meet them online, find out the people that go, let me tell you about the mistakes you're not supposed to make. Well, I was thinking I should do this. No, don't do that. You don't have to do that at all. In fact, do this, 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 and this. There's two ways we learn in life. One is through our mistakes, and the other is through other people's mistakes. So sometimes the fastest way to our destination is when you don't feel you have a purpose or a calling or a passion. Lock on to someone who does. Lock on to someone who does and goes, man, I'm going to follow this person. I'll go volunteer for them. I'll jump in. I'm going to watch every step that they do. I'm going to figure this out. It's easy to ask help from somebody if you're always there. So in a previous video, when I said, you know, someone's close to your heart that if they needed something, you would drop everything and spend whatever money you need. See, Craig's that person to me. Did you guys hear the lightning bolt? Man, I said, Craig's that person to me, and bam, there's a giant lightning bolt that just hit out here. So I got to pay attention to that. So before the electricity goes out, I'm going to turn it over to Craig.
Oh, wow.
My hair's standing up. That was close.
The big U is saying something?
Yes. I wrote that down. That's got to be some swag there. And of course, a small percentage is going to Dr. Dana's charity.
Absolutely. That was perfect. So everybody, whenever we think of the big U, Dr. Dana, thank you. Thank you, Dana, for sharing. I mean, wow,
thanks to everyone.
Your shares are incredible, and exactly, so is everybody's. In fact, the fact that everybody is here says a lot about you and about what we are doing. And when you get a moment to share. That's the whole point behind this, behind Mastering the Science of Getting Rich with Robert Hollis. And tomorrow, oh my gosh, we're continuing to move how to use the will. We've kind of touched on it a little bit today. We're going to dive deep into it tomorrow, and actually even on Thursday, because there's 2 chapters here regarding the will.
Correct.
So make sure that you are with us, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Want to thank you. Thanks so much. Gratitudes, of course, to Bill Shoemaker, Lisa Marie Cook, John Tier, Danielle Vetter, Dana Scranton for sharing today. Maybe you'll share tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But we will be doing Chapter 9, and we're going to master the science of getting rich with Robert Hollis. Those of you watching on YouTube, please make sure that you like this video, share this video, and of course, subscribe to our channel. So you're going to get more of this. And when you subscribe, make sure you press that bell or click that bell button, because then every time we go live or every time we share something, you're going to know, and you're going to be a part of this. And you're going to be a part of this amazing, amazing mastermind, master community. And we thank you so very, very much. So on behalf of everybody here, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time. Please. Oh, and if you want to save the chat, almost forgot. Those of you in Zoom, don't forget, click on the 3 dots to the right of the 2, then click on Save Chat, and that chat will download to your computer. If you're on YouTube, it's already there in the chat. So, until next time, please be good to yourself, be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to unmute everybody. There we go. Please unmute as we say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
Tina, thank you,
Yeah,
Eric.
Gal.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
for sharing.
everybody.
Dana.
Love everybody.
You guys.
Thanks, Dana. Thanks,
Guys.
thanks, Corky.
Love you,
John,
Robert.
Karen,
Bye-bye.
Jerome, Kai,
Thank you.
Deborah,
Hey.
Matthew.
Matthew, thank you so much for everything that you do. Of course.
Daniel, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Karen. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mike.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Craig.
Bill. Thanks, Bill. Craig, thank you so much, man. Thank you, James.
Thanks, Danielle.
See you, Pod.
Thank you, Robert.
Bye,
Oh,
Great.
Deborah.
This was huge.
Peace.
Carmen.